A man named Daniel Hale vanished for 3 days. And the part that made his story terrifying wasn't the disappearance itself. It was how ordinary the night had been before everything went wrong. Daniel was driving home from a late shift on a rural stretch outside Pendleton. He knew the road well. No lights, no houses. Just wheat fields and the occasional barbed wire fence. Around 1:17 a.m., his radio cut out mid-song. Not static, just silence. Like someone had pressed mute on the entire world. His headlights dimmed to a dull glow, though the engine kept running. And then he saw it. A pale, vertical beam about 30 yards ahead, cutting down from the sky like a spotlight with no source. It was bright, but it was solid, almost like a column of fog lit from within. As he slowed down, his dashboard lights flickered in a rhythmic pulse. 3 beats, pause. 3 beats, pause. Like something was syncing with his car's electronics. Daniel later said he felt a pressure in his chest, not painful, just insistent, like a hand pushing him forward. He stepped out of the car without remembering making the decision. The air was warm and humid and smelled faintly metallic. When he reached the beam, the world tilted sideways. He woke up on a cold surface, unable to move anything but his eyes. The room around him was dim, lit by a soft blue glow that didn't seem to come from any fixture. Shapes moved at the edges of his vision, tall, thin silhouettes with elongated joints like their limbs had extra segments. They didn't speak, but he felt a buzzing in his skull like thoughts that weren't his were brushing against his own. One of the figures leaned close. Its skin wasn't gray like in the movies. It was translucent, almost like candle wax held up to a flame. Beneath it, faint veins pulsed with a slow, deliberate rhythm. Its eyes were large, but not black, more like a deep, dark amber, reflective and strangely calm. Daniel felt something touch his forearm. Not a needle, more like a cold ring of air tightening around his skin. And his vision blurred, and the buzzing in his head intensified until it became a single clear impression. Observe. Not a command, more like an explanation. Then everything went dark. He woke up lying face down in a field 2 miles from where his car had been found, and his clothes were dry despite a night of heavy rain. His watch was gone, and his phone battery, which had been at 62%, was completely dead but showed no signs of water damage. Later on, the doctors found a circular mark on his forearm. Smooth, pale, perfectly symmetrical, like a healed scar that had never been a wound. Blood tests showed elevated levels of a protein usually associated with extreme stress, but no drugs, no injuries, nothing that had explained the missing time. The strangest part came later. For weeks after, Daniel reported waking up at exactly 1:17 a.m., the time his radio had gone silent. Didn't wake up from nightmares, not from fear, just awake, alert, as if something had tapped him on the shoulder. And every time, he said the same thing. I feel like they're checking in.